is up, YouTube? It's your girl Yoga by Biola here with the YouTube video. Today we're going to be exploring yoga for healthy knees and hips. When you think about cultivating healthy hips or healthy knees, you want to think about strengthening in addition to increasing flexibility within the body in these areas. Today we're going to focus on strengthening the muscles around the knees and the hips in order for increased stability. But we also want to focus on expansion in these areas of the body and increased range of motion. Before we get started, there's only a few things that you're going to need. You're going to need your yoga block that I'm sitting on right now, and you're going to need your yoga mat. I say need loosely because you really don't need anything to practice yoga. All you need is your able body and some ground to sit on. Or if you don't have a block, go ahead and just grab a big Harry Potter book or an encyclopedia or something like that. Those will usually work for right now. And I'll see you right here in a hot second. Alright YouTube, we're going to start laying on our backs with our knees bent. Let me move this block out of the way. Relaxing your spine down, relaxing the head down, relaxing the hands down alongside the hips. We'll just start here first with a little bit of fluid movement through the knees and through the hips. So we want to wake up the hips 360. That includes the front, the inside, and the outsides of the hips. So we're just gently adding a little bit of movement to wake up the body, windshield wipering the knees left and right. And this is just also to help you become more aware of where your body is for that particular day or moment, seeing that things tend to change. Then we'll come back to our neutralizing position. Feet rooted, knees extend up towards the heavens, and you're going to go ahead and start by grabbing your block. Now your block or your book here has a few different widths. I want you to find the skinniest width and just stick that right in between your inner thighs. You're going to draw that closest to your groin and then hug your inner thighs in here. Now before we do anything, I just want you to ground through the feet, feel yourself hug and activate your inner thighs, and just notice how that feels in the knees. Go ahead and push the feet into the earth and then lift the hips. Now while you rise here, the first thing that's going to want to happen is you're going to want to splay the knees out to the left and right. I want you to continue to lift through the heart and hug that block with your inner thighs here. So keep the inner thighs engaged. Notice how that creates any type of pressure on the knees, or how that weight, or that activation rather, is distributed into the knees. And continue to lift the heart here so that you're not just straining through the low back and through the glutes here, but you're actively pushing the feet up, or pushing the feet into the earth as you push the hips up and hugging the inner thighs. Holding here for a few rounds of breath. Also activating and waking up the core. Just strengthening the knees here as we root and ground through the feet, activating all of those smaller twitch muscles in the legs here, and continuing to lift the hips. And then on the exhale, lower the mid-back, the low back, and the glutes, and windshield wipe with the knees left and right. Once again, to release, you can move that block out of the way. And we'll slowly hug the knees in here, clasping the front of the behind the knees, and we're just going to rock up, forward and back, until you rock up to the top of the mat. Legs can start bent, slowly begin to extend them. You can move the sit bones here if you need to, just rooting through the heels and checking out the knees here. You're going to start by, I'm just going to turn towards you. You're going to start by drawing your right leg onto the left knee. And we'll just start here. You can keep the hands rooted around the right ankle, and also keep the left heel rooted and the toes drawing up here. Feel yourself draw the belly button up and in. Extend the heart forward, relax the shoulders down. And just holding here, right? So just slowly start to extend the heart forward and extend just your left hand to grab the shin of your left leg. The right hand is on the opposite shin. We're just holding here, creating some space in the hips. Continue to extend the heart forward here. You can use your right elbow to press that right knee down a little bit, asking for a deeper stretch on the front of that right hip. And then slowly walk the left hand back in, start to bend the knee and root the hands behind you. Now I want you to keep the right foot flexed here, keeping it flexed and engaged as you continue to extend that right knee out. Now from here, slowly start to add a little bit of movement, kind of windshield wipering just like we started with. Waking up the hip here. And then slowly draw back to center, extend that leg on opposite side. Go ahead and draw your left foot onto the right knee here. Stay lifted in the heart, and you're just grabbing the shin again, and the opposite hand is grabbing the shin or the outside of the foot. Draw the belly button up and in, lift the heart forward. Take a deep inhale and exhale. Draw that left elbow on the top of the left knee and extend the right hand as you grab the right shin. Continue to keep the heart lifted here. Use the elbow to push down and open up that knee. Continue to hold. And then start to root the hands behind you as you bend the right knee, coming into your figure four. Keep the left foot flex, add a little bit of movement here. Windshield wiper those knees left and right, starting to wake up the hips. Nice and easy. Staying with the breath here. And we'll slowly come back to extending both legs. You can roll over the knees in a cross-legged position to come into tabletop, or you can come through your side body. But either way, we'll meet in our tabletop here. Hands and knees rooted, 2 fists worth of space in between the knees here. So you can measure that out. And continuing to root and ground those hands here. And continuing to arrive. You're going to slowly tuck the toes and walk the hands towards the knees. You're going to slowly pluck the knees up. The heels are going to come to kiss, and you're going to splay the knees out. So we're just checking in how this feels in the knees, but also waking up the hips too. Root your fingertips into the earth and use your elbows to open up your knees a little bit wider. So we're asking and creating some space in the hips as well. Relaxing the head and neck down. And we're going to slowly draw the knees together. Come to a low squat. See how this feels. Invite the forehead towards the knee. And maybe rooting and grounding here with the toes and the fingers, or hugging the hands in. So now what we're doing, we're exercising balance here. So we're engaging those smaller twitch muscles, but also exercising balance and strengthening and stabilizing the knees here. So we're strengthening those muscles around the knees. Continue to hold here. Hug the forehead in towards the knees. Notice how different parts of the toes kind of quiver here as the body tries to maintain the balance. Then root and ground the hands and press the booty up. Uttanasana. Forward fold. Relax head and neck down. Inhale. Halfway lift. Hands come to the shins. Extend the heart long and exhale. Uttanasana. Relax the head and neck down. Walk the hands forward. Find your downward facing dog. First down dog. 5 fingers rooted. Feet are hip width distance apart. Heart is pouring down, head is relaxed. And we're just opening up the backside body, working to press the heels down into the earth, relaxing the armpits away from the ears and wrapping them in towards the chest, almost so we're really activated through the back of the heart. The elbows are striking behind us instead of out to the left and right is a good indicator that you're finding that expansion, lateral rotation in the shoulders and the back of the chest. On the inhale, the right heel is going to extend. Exhale, scorpion dog. Bend the knee, heel comes to the glute, and glide that right knee up towards the heavens. Continue to hold here. Try not to dump into the left shoulder, but keep the weight evenly distributed in both shoulders. Inhale, three-legged dog. Extend that leg back and up. And then exhale with control. Step it through. Find your lunge here. You're going to slowly find a one-legged Tadasana from here. Shift the weight into the right foot first. Glide the left knee up. And exhale. Lunge. Step it right back. Lower the hands so we're strengthening the knee here. You got two more of those. Inhale. One-legged Tadasana. Shift the weight. Slowly drag and pluck the left knee up. Engage the left foot and exhale. Lunge, lower the hands first, and then step the foot back. One more inhale, one-legged Tadasana. Drag and pluck. Whew. The left knee up high, hands come high. And exhale, lunge. This time step the foot back first and step the hands back. And holding here. Actually, yeah, you got one more, y'all. This is the last one. Drag and pluck. One-legged Tadasana. Notice how the feet ground. Exhale. Figure four. So we're here before. We're coming here again. Glide the left foot onto the right knee. Keep the left foot flexed, hands at heart center as you drop into the hips. Big stretch through the hips. Continue to hold here. One more breath. Inhale, take the hands up, knee comes up, and exhale. Uttanasana. So once again, we're strengthening through the hip and the knee, stabilizing the muscles around them. So a lot of balancing postures help with the stabilization and the strengthening of the muscles, which is what we're utilizing today. Now come to stand and Tadasana at the top of the mat. You're going to grab your block here and stick it right in between your inner thighs. Once again, the skinniest part. Immediately notice how you're grounding here. So this is a really great opportunity for you to know how you stand with a block right in between your inner thighs, like awkwardly there. You'll really notice if you tend to press the heart forward and press the glutes back. The block will kind of poke further back here. And then you'll notice if you stand a little bit of a different ways, if the toes draw out and the heels draw in, because you'll notice that there's more pressure at the back of the block because the inner thighs are splayed out. So you'll just notice how you stand and how that block is kind of manipulated. What I want you to find is to gently just begin to draw the inner thighs towards one another. So really hug that block in evenly. Feel yourself root and ground through your heels. Lift your toes first. Feel yourself root and ground through the heels, then the balls of the toes, then the outsides balls of the toes, and then the pinky edge of the foot starts to fall, and then all the other toes fall in with the big toe falling in last. Feel yourself continue to adduct or draw together your inner thighs, and the knees are going to start to slowly press out to the left and the right. That's going to help ease up any pressure. You might notice that immediately. And then you're going to gently engage your glutes. Not so much that they're clenched, but feel that engagement. Feel it draw your tailbone down and your pelvis forward. Lift through the heart, relax the shoulders here. And really stand here in your Tadasana. And slowly remove the block. Traditional Tadasana, but try to retain that alignment you just started to explore. On the inhale, we're going to circle the hands up and over. Exhale, Uttanasana, spill it forward, fold, root and ground the hands. Step the right leg back. Step the left leg back, high plank. Inhale, shift it forward and lower onto the belly with control. Inhale, untuck the toes. Draw the inner thighs towards one another and lift the heart. You have little to no weight in your hands here. Find Bhujangasana, extending that heart forward. Exhale, chin kisses the mat. And you rise, flat back tabletop. And you come right back to your downward facing dog for the opposite side. Start to arrive in down dog first here. Complete the full range of motion and alignment in the postures, and then inhale. Left heel comes high, scorpion dog. We bend that knee. Heel comes to the glute. I'm going to press my left knee up towards the heavens. I'm simultaneously rooting and grounding through my hands. That weight is evenly distributed. Back to your three-legged dog. Extend that left heel high. And then exhale. Lunge. Step it through with control. Find your lunge here. Make sure that knee is tractioning over the ankle like you love it. And then inhale. One-legged Tadasana. We drag that right knee up and in. You see how much stabilization is required of that hip flexor and glute to draw that knee up. And then once you get there, you're stabilizing through all corners of your left foot. And the hand is high. Exhale, lunge. Step it back with control. Nice and controlled. The slower you go, the more control you have access to. 3 more of those. Inhale, one-legged Tadasana. Exhale, lunge. Step it back first and then lower the hands. 2 more. Inhale, one-legged Tadasana. Exhale, lunge. Step it back with control. Whew. 1 more. Inhale, lunge. One-legged Tadasana. Exhale, figure 4. Hands come to heart center. Start to bend that knee. Keep that right foot flexed. You're extending the heart forward. Whew. I just fell out, y'all. I come right back in. Whew. Keep that right foot flexed. You're extending the heart forward, but you're also simultaneously bending the hips to create more space in the opposite hip, in the right hip. 1 more breath here. Inhale, take it up. Exhale. Tadasana. I was really feeling it in that left hip, y'all. Grab that block. Stick it right in between those inner thighs. Root and ground the feet. Tailbone draws down, pelvis draws forward. Inner thighs are drawing together. You're splaying the knees out to the left and right. The weight is redistributed through the 4 corners of the feet. Notice where the weight is heavier and where you feel more tension, and how that's distributed in the feet and how that kind of ricochets through to the knees. So for me, it's interesting because I tend to have tightness in my right Achilles, but I'm feeling more constriction on the left side. And that's naturally reverberating up towards my left knee. So just noticing things like that. It's not necessarily what you always have thought it was. It might be another point of the body. Relaxing through the shoulders. See where you're swaying. Are you swaying to the left or to the right? Or are you solid and in alignment right and center? That really helps with stability, or not helps, or interferes with stability of the knees. Which area of the body you tend to put most of the weight on. 1 more breath here. Slowly remove that block. Tadasana. Circle sweep the hands up and over to the heavens. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step the left leg back and the right leg back. High plank, inhale, shift it forward, lower onto the belly with control. Inhale, Bhujangasana, cobra pose, little to no weight in the hands, lifting and extending the heart forward. Exhale, chin kisses the mat. And you rise, flat back tabletop this time. Exhale, downward. Facing dog 3 breaths in your down dogs. Deep inhale. Exhale out of the mouth, HA. Deep inhale. Exhale out of the mouth, HA. Deep inhale through the nose. Exhale out of the nose. Inhale, right heel comes high. Scorpion dog this time, but you're going to find a deep circle. And inhale, circle it back up, coming into that scorpion dog, but bending through the knee. Make sure that left elbow is lengthened out one more. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Exhale, take it straight back behind you. And lower the foot, but step it forward. And step the left leg forward. And step the right leg forward. And step the left leg forward. Excuse me. Oh, bless me, y'all. So we're just walking the feet forward. Head and neck melt here. In your forward fold. Inhale, circle sweep the hands up and over. Exhale, hands come to heart center and to Tadasana. This time you're going to find your chair pose. You're going to use your block to get there. Draw it right in between the inner thighs. Find that stance in the feet, and then you're going to find your chair pose. Drop the hips. Tailbone draws down, pelvis draws up, and in hands extend to the heavens. Inner thighs are actively hugging that block in. You're rooted through the heels, and you're continuing to extend through the heart. Stabilizing those knees. Exhale, airplane arms. Swing those hands straight back behind you. Inhale, hands come high. Hold for the exhale. And slowly pour it forward. Release the low back. Keep that block right there in your forward fold. What knee tends to lock out here? Find out what's happening in the body. And slowly bend the hips, or sit in the hips as you can just get that block from underneath you, and then press the hips back up. Having a baby with my block. And once again, step the right leg back. Step the left leg back. Inhale, shift it forward and lower onto the belly. Inhale, Bhujangasana. Low cobra pose. Exhale, chin kisses the mat. Inhale, rise, flat back tabletop. And exhale, not tabletop, high plank, and exhale. Downward facing dog, opposite side, huh? Left heel comes high, scorpion dog, big circle. Open it wide. Big circle. Open it wide. And big circle. 3-legged dog on the inhale. Exhale. Step it through like you're walking it forward. Then step the left leg or right leg forward. Then the left leg. Then the right. Forward fold. Now if the hamstrings are still tight, you can bend the knees here. Have a little bend in the knees. Might be feeling that shin active. Calves. Everything being utilized here to stabilize the knee and the muscles and tendons around the knees. And circle sweep it up. Asana. Exhale, and start center. Anjali Mudra. And Tadasana. Grab grab your block, come back to your chair pose. Staple through the hips, tailbone down. I come to sit, the weight is in my heels, my toes are light, my belly is drawn in, my heart is extended forward, hands come high. Airplane arms, swing the hands straight back. Inhale. Utkatasana, fierce pose. Exhale. Drape it down. Start to bend the hips. Bend the knees rather. Drop the hips in. Grab that block. Press the booty back and up. Forward fold. This time step the left leg back. Step the right leg back. Inhale, shift it forward, lower onto the belly. On the exhale. Inhale, Bhushingasana. Exhale, chin kisses the mat. Inhale, rise, tabletop. And exhale, hold here. You're going to inhale, extend the right leg behind you. Circle that right heel out. Step it forward. Coming into your lizard lunge. So the right foot is right on the outside of the right hand. You're dragging the left knee back behind you. Rooting and grounding through the hands on the inside of the right leg. And just splay that right knee out. You're on the outside blade of the foot, resembling a little lizard here with your long tail. That's your left leg. Dropping the hip, extending the heart. Open up through those hips, but strengthening the knees. Continue to hold here, drop the hips. They tend to want to press back, keep drawing them forward. You can use your block here if you need more lift. The higher you come up, the more support you get. The lower you come down, the more space you're creating through the hips. Root the foot and let's just lengthen it out. Get to the hamstrings, although this is not a hamstring sequence. Let's just show them some love. Give them a nice little stretch. Bend the knees again. And step the right knee back. Tabletop, opposite side. Left leg comes back. Flex the left foot, circle it out. Step that foot forward on the outside of the left hand. Drag the right knee back. Lizard lunge. Come on the outside blade of the left foot. Splay the left knee out. Whew. My psoas, my psoas, my psoas. They're so tight. You're going to feel that stretch in that hip flexor. Yep, I'm just adding gentle movement. I like to just keep moving in a pose, especially the deeper it gets a little bit. And let's just lengthen it out. Root the heel. Whew. Toe draws up. Opening up through the hamstring, stretch in our half Hanumanasana. Bend the knee and step it back. And just come to sit on the knees in Virasana. Hopefully this feels a little bit more comfortable now because of the opening that we found in the hips and the knees. And we'll be here for just one more breath. increasing our capacity to sit here in Virasana for an extended amount of time. Noticing any imbalances on either sides of the knees as well. If this position is not comfortable, you can just stay on the hands and knees as well. You're going to slowly open the knees wide. Extend yourself forward for your frog pose. Extend the heels out to the left and the right, creating a 90-degree angle with the backs of the thighs and shins and dropping the forearms. I like to once again just ripple it forward and back, forward and back, forward and back here. If you have sensitive inner knees, you can pad them here with a towel or blanket on either side. You can always roll the ends of your mats up as well, if you're on your mat the long way. And just pad your mat. Keep trying to come a little bit deeper, creating a little bit more space in those hips. Ripple it forward onto the belly. Draw the inner thighs towards one another and then just roll over onto your back. Coming back to that bridge pose, but this time we're going to root the feet and put the opposite foot onto the opposite knee. So right foot comes onto the left knee, then raise the hips. Root the hands. Figure four again. So we've been here in a few different variations today. Press the right heel into the hip as you keep lifting the hip. And then drop the hip. Switch sides. You might notice that one side is stronger. So just paying attention to that because that's indicative of the more preferred knee for you. Left foot comes onto the right knee. Root and ground through the right foot, then pick up the hips. Keep pressing the left heel into the knee. And release. Windshield wiper the knees, left and right. Let's end in Supta Baddha Konasana, bottoms of the feet together. Hands on the inner thighs or inner groin, knees out to the left and right, creating a star or diamond shape rather here. Close the eyes, drift into your meditation if you haven't already. Slowly roll to the right. And come to sit. At the middle, center, or back of your mat, facing towards me. I invite you to close your practice with whatever hand mudra feels intuitive to you and showcases gratitude for our practice today. We'll each repeat one time. I've done my best. I leave the rest. Namaste. Namaste, y'all. I hope you enjoyed practicing the sequence with me today, and I'll see you next Monday with a hot new video. If you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe to the Yoga by Biola YouTube channel. Hit a thumbs up. Give me a thumbs up if you like this video, and follow your girl on the gram at Yoga by Biola. I will see you very soon. Have an awesome rest of your day.